What up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the wrestling news on December, I'll say, what day is it? December 9th for you all today, and then we're going to be talking about what exactly is going on in the world of professional wrestling with the wildest and intriguing news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know from the Wrestling Inc. article, starting things off with AEW star claims he was ignored for months, like while needing a doctor. And we got some AEW news to start things off on today's news video. And at one point, AEW was considered to be the better place for talent. With many of the stars like who left WWE going there and singing the promotion's praises. Like, however, over the past 2 years, the narrative begun like to swift with stars coming out and claiming that they were like mistreated like by management like within the company or with the promotion. Ray Phoenix is the latest star like to seemingly criticize the promotion after like Ray Phoenix is lately seemingly criticized the promotion like after the drown out like of basal like of surrounding the status like of his to LZL Miedo AEW contracts. Like Phoenix will have to continue competing in the promotion well into next year, to make up for his injury time. Like the former AEW International Champion, like recently claimed that he had suffered what he described as inhumane treatment, like, and has now followed this up like with what could likely be what he was referring to, and then and while posting on X, like this is what the one half of the Lucha Bro had to say about the All Elite promotion. Stating, "I needed a doctor and you ignored me for months." Companies' medical protocols have raised questions as CM Punk claimed AEW didn't pay his medical bills, prompting Anthony Khan to respond. Sportskeeda's Dr. Chris Featherstone has since claimed that on November 20th, his sources in AEW allegedly claimed that Anthony Khan, I should say, finding out about the Lucha Brothers reported WWE jump was fake news. However, he noted that there is another reason why the brothers decided to leave, which will be revealed at some point. Phoenix commented on Featherstone's report, seemingly corroborating his claim, writing, "So far the most accurate comment was said by Phoenix to Featherstone of Sportskeeda." And Phoenix is still signed to AEW, so it's still unclear whether he'll face any consequences for his posts on social media. Furthermore, it's still unclear why the star opted to break his silence to an extent while still under contract. And what are your thoughts on Ray Phoenix making that comment about AEW, especially with them not helping them like going to see a doctor, which that just raised some more eyebrows. Like which some might think that CM Punk was telling the truth when he said they did not pay for his medical bills. Like whether like it's because they pay him enough that he can pay his own medical bills, or is the fact that they just don't care, and even if you're not getting paid that much, like they're like they don't provide you with health with some health expenses, I should say, yeah. Which that's kind of makes the company don't look good. Yeah, but
watch Kaji. Everybody wants to watch Kaji.
After I do my podcast. But anyways, but yeah, that sounds very peculiarly interesting, like that, like about AEW, and do you think that Ray Phoenix could be punished, like given the fact that he's still under an AEW contract? And I'll say does see some kind of but yeah, and some of y'all probably saying, why y'all referencing WW? Why am I referencing W? I thought it might be funny for that, but I know, like, yeah, do you think you could go to WWE? Like, I'm going to say, like, not without any references. Or do you think they're going to go to some other company like that's like in the sure if New Japan is in the minor league? I think they're major. Some might say it's because of AEW, and some are probably right, but whoever's a fan of them, like a fan of them, even without AEW, like with giving that guys that haven't wrestled in AEW wrestled there, like Nick Nemeth and Matt Riddle and who else that never wrestled in AEW that's on New Japan right now? Let's see. And there's another wrestler I just can't think of right now that haven't wrestled in there. So yeah, like I think it's in between, like being like in a major position and a minor one. But let me know in the comment section right down below about the Lucha Brothers, most specifically Ray Phoenix. And do you think he's going to be staying in AEW, or do you think he's going to leave? I think he's probably going to leave for two reasons, with this giving him an extra reason why to leave, because already in the first one, it's because of his brother already leaving after his contract expired, like, and he became a free agent. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what's in the future of the Lucha Brothers, like in 2025. But moving on, we got let's see, we got some more AEW news with the boss man himself, Anthony Khan, hypes up the magnitude of all in 2025, like in the stadium in the stadium show, which is going to be a Globe Life, but. Come on, let's okay, got it right here. And it says right here that July may still be a long ways away, but that doesn't mean AEW can't start ramping up like the hype, like for AEW All In. The promotion, like marquee event is set for Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas next year. The first stadium show like of AEW will run in the US, like with the tickets having gone on sale earlier today, following like the pre-sale last week, like as one would expect, like leading into this momentous occasion. Like AEW owner Anthony Khan is really excited about this development. And during an interview with Sports Guys Talking Wrestling, Khan predictably hyped up like the stadium show, including going into his usual promoter of verbalage, like by mentioning the on sale date, like with Khan, also was sure to mention the historical implications for this all in for this all in and will be one of a kind outside of WWE events such as WrestleMania. And he said, I guarantee you this is going to be history in pro wrestling. No American wrestling company other than WWE has attempted to run a stadium show in decades. And to run a show of this magnitude, Texas is the perfect state. There's great wrestling fans all around Texas, and we think Global Life Field is going to be packing with wrestling fans on July 12th. For all in, Texas, it's going to be a great AEW event. And every time AEW goes on pay-per-view, we deliver especially for our biggest events. While WWE will be the comparison many make regarding all in, Khan is also in a way competing against himself and the previous incarnation of all in at Wembley Stadium. Both shows were massive successes for AEW, drawing over 80,000 in 2023 and 50,000 in 2024, giving Globe Life Field, which seats over 40,000, plenty to live up to. And what are your thoughts on Anthony Khan going to be doing his first ever American stadium wrestling show? With him being the first ever wrestling promoter other than WWE. So, this is gonna be his own version of WrestleMania next year of AEW All In. Even though every year, when they do have a show, but that's when they're going to Wembley Stadium in England. So yeah, that's like a WrestleMania over there. But now, it's definitely gonna be WrestleMania next year, when they go to Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, with AEW gonna be located there for their All In show, which something tells me this is definitely gonna be the WrestleMania, definitely the WrestleMania of AEW of 2025. I would say of the year, of course. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. Do you think it's going to be a success, or do you think it's going to be the total opposite, which I don't think it will. You can say anything else about the other shows in 2025, but I think for sure, personally, it's going to be a success, especially the main event of the show, which I'm predicting hope that it happens, which one of the wrestlers is currently a hometown hero of Texas, and then the other ones, well, they're just the best in their division, in general. So I'll say hopefully they do get that spot, and make history double, if not triple times much. But we're gonna move on to the next news, which I believe is gonna be one more AEW, if not the one before the last AEW news. And as much as I'd like to talk about AEW news on my videos, maybe this is a little bit too much. But anyway, just saying, but yeah. Maybe I need to have some WWE in my video on this story as well, when it comes to varieties, because I love talking about both companies and they're making their successes respectively, even though they're both competition to one another, even though they don't really admit it as much as they should. But us fans know they are competition, because why they make references about the other company and why they always try to do something more bigger and more special and more greater. But anyways, since Anthony Khan purchased Ring of Honor, that was an imitation of when he said it, when he made that announcement 2 years ago, when he announced that he is the owner of Ring of Honor, which he cracked me up. It kind of reminds me when Vince McMahon did that when he bought out WCW. He said, I'm the new owner of WCW, or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, he he purchased Ring of Honor in 2022. Like the promotion has essentially been used as a brand within AEW, featuring like its own streaming service show, like and subscription service. Like, however, rumors have cropped up like in recent months, like hinting that ROH may have has been interest from the TV networks. Like speaking on the sports guys, talking wrestling, like with Anthony Khan, like with Anthony Khan, the CEO of both AEW and Ring of Honor. And, he confirmed that he is working on a TV deal for ROH. There's a great opportunity like to grow ROH like as we grow AEW. Like AEW just secured this huge media rights deal, like and it's a complimentary like thing like to have another great wrestling promotion with that history. And I do think there's a lot of interest right now in Ring of Honor. I've had great conversations about TV partnerships like with ROH. One sign that Khan is attempting to secure a TV deal like for ROH like is that Chris Jericho like is the sub promotions current world champion, and he's currently an AEW wrestler, but yet he's a champion on the other company that Tony Khan now owns. But anyways, defeated the ROH legend himself, Mark Briscoe, like on the in an episode of AEW Dynamite in October. This is Jericho's second reign as the Ring of Honor champion. Like, and it just shows happens that the last time he held the title, like there were also rumors that the promotion was being shopped around for a TV deal. However, one did not materialize. Like and Khan opted to rebrand Ring of Honor's previous streaming service. In in addition, like in addition to Jericho, like was ROH has Athena as their as its women's world champion, like and as one Ring of Honor's only big exclusive names, like the former WWE star has been a stalwart on the brand since 2022, making only a few AEW appearances in the time since she's won the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. As of today, Athena has held like that title for 730 days with 24 successful defenses. And I bet, like, when she makes that return to AEW, like, I think it will be exactly on, or makes that return in general. She's going to be going to AEW's programming, and maybe she'll step up and go face to face with a certain women's champion on that company, like, which I'm not going to get into until next year. But which I already mentioned it like about a couple of times already. So I'm not sure if it's necessary to talk about it here, like onto a topic like today. But do you think that AEW is going to be successful successful at the time of getting a TV rights deal like for a Ring of Honor show? And if so, where do you think it's gonna be? Like, do you think it's gonna be on Fox? Do you think it's gonna be with a channel with Warner Bros. Discovery? Whether if it's like, I don't know, True TV, a TNT, a TBS, or even the CW. Well, I'm not sure if it should be the CW because given that NXT's on there now, I just don't know if it's gonna be on the CW. That's probably the last channel that they're gonna having them be. I think it'll probably be on Cartoon Network at this point, like or Adult Swim, I should say. Like after Cartoon Network goes off, before I believe that they'll go to CW.
Can you get that?
Yes.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I said I got an idea you got for me.
Yep, you did. But moving on, but before I get into the next news, I've got to tell you but let me know in the comments down below on what's your opinion onto that note. But about do you think they're going to be successful at getting a TV rights deal for ROH? I believe they probably will in a way, and this would we could see them finally getting more popular, especially if the main roster AEW guys go to the NA. I mean the ROH, if the WWE main roster guys go to NXT. I think that's what's going to be like. It's going to get more ratings. It's going to be probably just as popular as AEW. The AEW's main shows and there are other guys to decide how it's going to last. But that's your opinions to do. But next up, we got a WWE Hall of Famer claims Anthony Khan's AEW is a effing failure. And a former, which I should have known who's this guy is. That you should know by now, unless you've been living under a rock from the last 3 years. This former WCW exec and WWE Hall of Famer and WWE exec is none other than Eric Bischoff. Of course, he's going to criticize AEW despite him being on the show, but he only made a couple appearances, we're being on that campaign segment with one of them being that campaign with Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy. But that was back in 2020. And then he did something else in 2021, which it's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, I should have known it was going to be somebody from WWE that's going to blast the AEW president yet again, with him busy, have a busy week in professional wrestling. And but he also had a busy wrestling week last week. Finished after appearing on the likes of WWE NXT last Tuesday and having a full creative control over MLW's One Shot event. Just 2 days later, following his television appearances, Eric Bischoff returned to his podcast, The 83 Weeks, and where he shared some harsh words for the AEW president. Anthony Khan and Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer, both of whom he hasn't been kind towards as late for failing to address the company's struggles. And this is what he had to say on the matter. It's a joke. Everything else that comes out of AEW, and especially Anthony Khan's mouth. You can't take it seriously. I don't know between he and Dave Meltzer. I don't think we've seen a goalpost being moved as frequently and as far as these two clowns continue to try to move goalposts to make AEW look good, look like something other than an objective Kiwi Kelly failure. At the bottom. Bischoff continued by diving into AEW's predicted viewership in 2025. He stated that he expects the company's numbers to drop a new low because of the consistent decline in the weekly shows ratings, as well as the competition they'll likely be up against. I think the combination of the NBA playoffs, the time of year, again, hot levels, and the fact that AEW's been losing 20 to 25% of their viewing audience consistently for 3 years. I'm 95% sure I'm right that before May 15th, there are going to be AEW numbers that are going to come in under 400,000 over the 400s. And maybe he's right on one thing about that. That's because it's a logical point, because everybody would prefer and that's kind of a sad thing in the wrestling business because like basketball just happens to be a very more popular sport than wrestling is. Just saying, like just like football, like with WWE on Monday Night Football, for an example. Like everybody's probably going to choose football because it's been a well-known sport, probably more before wrestling even came along. Like and but yeah, like they and everybody been knowing the NFL for centuries. So of course that is going to be it's going to be definitely going to be a watchable show. Like okay, I understand why are you even bringing this out to the living room in the first place.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Here you go.
I'm actually about to
Excuse
call
me.
about the Green Bay.
But anyways, okay, assassinators. Yeah, it's just the fact. Like it's not because like most. I mean, not like that. All the fans do not want to watch wrestling. It's just that like basketball and football are just happen to be more popular because they've been out a bit more longer. Yeah, like that's why there's gonna be some lower ratings for for like Monday Night Raw. Like for an example, like even if they're at their best right now, the reason why they're not getting higher because there's some of the fans that are watching like Monday Night Football, like for tonight, for an example. Even though I'm gonna be watching both, I'm gonna watch Raw and Monday Night Football, like, and I'm gonna let you know what just happened, what's going on Raw. But first, I'm gonna tell you what happened on Monday Night Football because it's gonna be exclusively on Disney Plus, and I don't want to miss any of it because it looks very exciting to watch. Like this is the first time they're gonna stream it on this specific streaming service. I hope it's not gonna end up like Netflix. I hope I didn't jinx anything. Like yeah. But yeah, like I see what exactly Eric Bischoff's talking about. Like by May, like when it's NBA playoff time, like we could see them get more lower ratings, but not because it's a bad show. It's just that. But even though Eric Bischoff probably thinks so, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's because everybody's gonna be watching it, and then they're probably, and even if anybody got DVRs for their cable subscriptions, I think that they're just gonna record AEW Dynamite and just watch it from there. Which sometimes your boy Super Ninja Austin does on the YouTube TV. Like if I don't have time to watch it at a certain time, I just pop it up, go on my library, and go to DVRs and watch it like onto the recorded line. But what are your thoughts on Eric Bischoff's opinion about Anthony Khan's company, which is AEW, of course, obviously? Like, and do you think it's is it turning to a failure, or do you think it's slowly getting back to success? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. I'll say there's some things I agree with Eric Bischoff where he's coming from, but there's something I just think that he's just being too critical because he have some beef with Anthony Khan for some reason. I'm not trying to talk sugar honey iced tea on him. I'm just saying, well, I'm looking at the logical perspectives on the matter. Like what's the reason why that Eric Bischoff's so much in a hurry to criticize Tony Khan? Like he has some kind of vendetta against him, like because maybe when the last time he was on All Elite Wrestling, he probably left in bad terms for him to talk bad about him and poorly. But yeah, that's probably gonna be like a conversation for a different day to talk about like on why he loves to criticize Anthony Khan, but maybe do have some points about him which I cannot argue about though at the same time. And man, Wrestling Inc. just love AEW news stories because from one to another we got Sky Blue having something to say about Anthony Khan with him having positive tears filled with her filled with her like when she very first met Anthony Khan for the first time, and yeah, from finally back to the positivity of Anthony Khan now, like on the wrestling news for today, and Sky Blue is arguably one of the is arguably the most improved star like on the women's roster, outside of Julia Hart, and across the path, years, she gained a substantial following and had several title shots. Unfortunately, Blue suffered an injury back, in July, and has since been sidelined, but she had an interview with Chicago Wolves color analyst Billy Gardner alongside side her real life boyfriend Kyle Fletcher, where she recalled an emotional meeting with Anthony Khan. She explains, we had dark matches, and at the end of one of the dark matches, Tony came out and on the stage, had me come up the stage, and I thought I'd messed up, oh my god, I'm going to get fired, but before I'm even hired, in explanation, like Blue recalled during the interview, before explaining that Anthony Khan simply wanted to ask her to be at the Battle Royal during the following AEW All Out pay-per-view, which left her bawling her eyes out like a kid. Blue then telephoned her mom to tell her she'd be wrestling on the pay-per-view, like and she added, I've never heard a scream so loud through the phone. She was so excited. An explanation in the capital mark, and Blue recalled feeling that she'd finally made it in pro wrestling. During the same interview, Blue gave a brief update on her recovery status and hinted that the process has been slow but seemed optimistic, while determined to come back at full strength. And what do you think? First of all, I want to ask you, before I ask you the most important question of the, when do you think Sky Blue is going to be making her return from her injury, on AEW television? And also, but now to the relevant question, what are your thoughts onto this revelation from Sky Blue, with her mentioning the match, this where but when but this again this where we saw the opportunity, I mean the offer of a lifetime that Anthony gave to Sky, and that was a contract for AEW at the Battle Royal at All Out, which I assume was back in 22 or 21 whenever she came to the AEW, which I assume was probably 22. I mean, it could have been 21. I'm not sure exactly when she made, but let me know down in the comment section right down below on what's your opinions on it. And this is so emotionally inspiring, anything, and it shows that anything is possible if you put your mind into it and work hard and smarter though, but but let's move on to the next slide. We got AEW alum or alum. What I'm talking about, alum. Big Boom AJ explains why he originally left the wrestling business, and I believe this is what I said on the other topic. I said on the other wrestling news a couple of days ago, back on Friday, I believe, when I was talking about from Fightful Select, but it probably don't matter. I'm just gonna say it anyway, since it's a news from AEW, and I'm a huge AEW fan next to WWE. So I'm just gonna keep going and going. I'm probably if I do make a WWE news report, it's probably gonna be barely one because there's so many AEW news on this list. But TikTok sensation Big Boom AJ defeated QT Marshall in the Full Gear 0 Hour show, pre-show, in what was his first match back in the ring since wrestling for CCW, and like just over 5 years, like on the independent wrestling scene, like throughout the early 2000s, and even became the UWC World Heavyweight Champion for over 113 days, like before eventually hanging up his boots like full time in 2005. Like speaking on in an episode of Hey EW, like AJ provided some more details on why he originally chose to step away from the ring, like explaining that technology and travel played a massive role in his decision. He explained, if we had all we had right now, the internet where you could reach everyone, I would have stayed in wrestling. At the time, like I went as far as wrestling as I really wanted to go. I have so much respect for professional wrestling, being on the road over 200 days a year, like at the time, like television like it was really one only like the opportunity, but now like that we have like all this, like we're able to bring the boom in the explanation, like despite like picking up the win, like age like yeah, AJ wrestled like with a broken foot, like during like his match with Marshall at Full Gear. Like fortunately, he was able to finish the match after sustaining the injury. There's no current timeline like on when AJ will return to full health, like or like if he will be like making any further wrestling appearances in the near future. But either way, I want to wish him a full and fast and speedy recovery at this time. And I do like the what they call the dedication that he has in professional wrestling. Like, and that's what probably got him into AEW in the first place, despite him being like a TikTok years ago. Like, with if not already over 20 years ago. Did like when the last time we wrestled was like almost 20 years ago, back in '05. And do you think he's going to be a success in AEW? Like with him maybe even winning the championship in some capacity? Like it could be like either the either of the three in the mid card championship, or it could be the world championship itself. Which I'm not sure if it could be a world champ. Maybe it could be a mid card championship. I'm not trying to hate on the guy, but just saying like on how AEW would like to see like what championship like level the championship the contention that he's on, like what level is he on. But let me know in the comment section right down below what your opinions and what are your thoughts on onto this what's it called, what's your thoughts onto this what's your thoughts onto this on the stats of that, like on this return, like do you think it could be on a big event, like maybe like grand slam, double or nothing, or even all in, like what's that going to be in July? But yeah, but just let me know down in the comments below. But also, yeah, what are your thoughts on to the full reason why Big Boom AJ did not stick around in the wrestling scene? And do you agree on to his decision of the reason why he's not on did not stay in wrestling for that many years, which I can understand him like fully. Like I said, like a few days ago when I covered this news story like onto the other article, which I believe was Fightful Select. Yeah, I understand because it's not like it was not that many opportunities or technology. Like TV was probably the only thing that was probably was got him the gig in the first place. Like with and also him going to wrestling school, like that he happened to run into, and then yeah, like he had the opportunity of doing that, like even though like and yeah, even though like he it was his dream to do so, but he managed to get an opportunity to get into the wrestling business. But yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below on that, and also uh, what's your opinions on to that? And do you think that this AEW was the best place for a Big Boom AJ to make his huge wrestling return? Yeah, just give me your opinions down below. But we're gonna continue with TNA star like yeah Josh Alexander comments or yeah on upcoming free agency and future goals. And like for a future free agency and yeah after years of establishing himself as arguably the ace of TNA, Alexander is thinking heavily like about the next step. It was already known that the former TNA World Heavyweight Champion is set to hit the open market in the next few months, and that Alexander would be cutting down on independent obligations leading up like to then like but it wasn't entirely uh that would be that changed recently during Alexander's appearance on the Inside podcast with Chris Van Vliet, like when Alexander gave the exact date, like he would become process, like on how he was approaching to the next step in his career, and he started with like February 15th. I'll be a free agent. Like I mean, TNA announced my they extended extended me. I picked up a year extension like on February 14th last year. Like so, yeah. Like head into like free agency like for the first time. I'm equal like parts like yeah, equal parts excited like obviously like there's the one end like of the spectrum like where you're like nothing might come of this. Like you have to be realistic. Like I have kids, I have a wife, I have a house that I pay for, like and stuff like that. Like and I can't just do wrestling because I love it, because that's all I've ever really done. That's what's kind of led me through this business like the entire time, just getting fulfillment like out of it like is the most important part of me. Like and as long as I get to do it like at some level, like I'm happy. Like I do indies still like to this day, like where I still get tons of fulfillment, like very happy to do it, like and that might be it. Like I might just be doing indies, might just be doing construction like to feed my family, like stuff like that. Like but every so often you got to bet like on yourself. And yeah, then like Alexander reveals like a little goals he's set for himself. And Alexander did admit like he was partially inspired by conversations he had with longtime friends Santana 5 years ago, when Santana explained the mindset he he had about leaving Impact for in favor of AEW was based around uh, keeping things exciting. Like Alexander has since tried to imply that mindset to his own, and is looking for an opportunity that will generate the most excitement. Of course, Alexander also has goals. Though, even then, he views things differently. For most, admitting that he never had the dream of main eventing a WrestleMania. That's because Alexander has always set his goals at a lower level, than most, with the intent of working his way up and setting new goals along the way. And he added, and he added, "This is all just this amazing trip I've been on the entire time, and it's just been setting little goals along the way, like from I want to win this Ontario Indie Promotions World Championship. I want to get paid a certain amount to wrestle. I want that contract to kind of validate all this work, and all this travel, and running cars into the ground for the little to no money to drive to Chicago and back, and then you achieve this contract, and all this other stuff I've been able to do, and now I sitting here going what can I possibly do next that's going to be the next step in question, and it's just like I need to establish myself as a top guy in TNA, and whether might be next after that. I'll find out, and then I'll set those other goals." And do you think he does have other goals that he wants to accomplish, or do you think he accomplished all his goals, of wrestling in the independent scene and then in TNA? And I think what's next for the former TNA world champion, at this stage of his career? And do you think he will continue despite him taking some time off to be with family? And I don't really blame the guy to take the leave of absence to spend more time with his family. Who wouldn't? After all year round, you working and make big bucks, even though it's for a job that you love doing. You even for a dream job, you still want to have some time off. Especially if you've been working really hard. But yeah, but let me know in the comment section right down below. And do you think a WWE run or even an AEW run is in his future? If he still want to continue to do anything in wrestling related, or do you think he probably did what he needed to do in anything as far as pro wrestling concerns, with him saying that he has a lower goal in mind? But I guess we're gonna end today's wrestling news video with some with one guy that's something close to the next best thing to WWE, as the former writer Freddie Prinze Jr. provides update on the status of his promotion. Over the last several years, actor and former WWE writer Freddie Prinze Jr. has been trying to get his own independent wrestling promotion, off the ground. As of Prince's last update, he was told he'd likely need to find an existing federation to work with, rather than starting one his recent edition of Wrestling with Freddie podcast. Prince Jr. Informed his his listeners like where the project currently stands. Like I'm a man with a TV deal who doesn't like have a promotion. Like how does this happen in question? Like how do I do like everything like backwards in question? Which news story. I'm just gonna say, like he has a TV deal, but he don't even have a promotion to start off with in his future independent wrestling project that he's doing. Like, how is that possible? Like, I seen plenty of independent wrestling promoters are struggling to get a TV deal. Like, I see plenty of those guys that are struggling for that, but I never seen nobody has like I never seen nobody in my life like for my over 20-year existence of my life. Like I have not seen anybody like was struggling to get a deal. Like I'm struggling to get a independent promotion to get started on, which that's not real hard to do. Like, especially if you have connections with people in the wrestling industry, you can just start off from scratch from there, and then all you need to do is to have some guys like that are newcomers, like or even that or guys that are looking for work. Like if you're trying to start a wrestling business from scratch, like in the independent scene, you just give out some phone calls or emails to that wrestler that are looking for wrestling work and just trying to get in the squared circle. You got that started. You got the new guys from wherever wrestling schools they came from. Yeah, like all you need to do is find a place to get started at with this with the wrestling project. But yeah, I never thought I would see anybody would have issues with that and not a TV deal, which that's easy for them to do. But though Prince was tight-lipped, like or on details, like he had to. We at one point like found a promotion that looked like a promising option to take. That deal fell apart. Like and Prince featured like that he would have to go back to the drawing board, and thankfully, like his business partner, like approached him with a list of other promotions, like that might serve as good options. And he continued, I'm gonna have to meet with new people. Like once again, like I'm gonna have to pitch myself to these promotions. Like once again, like and earn their trust once again. But like thankfully, I'll be like able to do it. According to Prince, like like the sticking point like with past opportunities like was always financial but like he's confident like that he'll be like able to come to terms with comes into terms like a it comes into where is it? Where was I don't know why I just went out like that. But according to Prince, like the stick point like with the opportunities like financial but confident like that he'll be like able to come to terms like with a promotion under the right circumstances for now. The former the former I know like what like you did like last summer. Star is going to put his nose to the grindstone, like and continue working to bring his idea into existence. Like Prince like stated. that he has experienced doubts like as to whether or not like he should start like a promotion, but he was adamant like that he won't give up like on his dream like and push others like to adapt the same mentality in their own lives, which I agree with the actor slash former wrestling writer. And do you think that he will be successful this time? Like if he gets the right connections, which I believe he will. But I mean, like because he has some connections, probably like in Hollywood, of course. So he's gonna be pointing out to the right people, like in a way, of course. Like I mean, there's some that could be not into like for like not in his best interest, but I believe his agents are probably trying to get him some guys that are actually going to some get him that's going to get him the right guys to get him the TV deal to be featured on this future wrestling project that he's been working on too for he's been doing for a while. Maybe one did fall through, but I believe he's gonna get his dream. He's gonna achieve his dream. He's gonna finally get an opportunity to own his own company. Yeah, he's gonna probably gonna be probably what am I even saying right now? Like he's gonna definitely gonna be doing that. Like probably in the near future. I hope it'll be much more sooner than we think it is, and then maybe we can give it a try. Like on what exactly what Freddie Prinze Jr. has to offer as a wrestling promoter. And what does he have like in storylines and making it like a professional wrestling like WWE and AEW? And do you think this is gonna be this independent wrestling adventure is gonna be turned into a professional kind of adventure, and he's gonna probably compete with the likes of WWE and AEW? I should may ask, like yeah, which some of y'all probably would be thinking like if he can pull off this as a successful adventure, like yeah, probably y'all probably be thinking about. But let me know in the comments down below either way if you agree or not. But yeah, like, I think like, if he has that dedication and that I mean, do have the experience of being into the wrestling industry, given that he was a former WWE writer. So I think he'll be having no that much trouble, like given that the experience that he had. So I think like maybe if he has some good story to tell, like in wrestling storylines, like and bring in some good wrestlers that he knows that could be it could be perfect, and he has that he or her has that have that imagery like what they call it, they fit the part they fit the part very well. We gotta assume that what Freddie Prinze Jr. is looking for the guy that has the look like to play the part. And do you think he will be finding guys like that, and they're gonna make his company, like future wrestling company, like more successful than ever? Like, given that he has a double popularity both in wrestling and in movies too, yeah. But yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below. But I want to wish personally to Mr. Freddie Prinze Jr. the very best of his luck, like into his future ventures and to his future dream goal that he's trying to do in life before it's too late. Which that's best to do it more sooner rather than later. But yeah, anything in life is better to do things sooner rather than later. But yeah, but I guess that's the end of this is the end of today's wrestling news and rumors video for now. And I hope you Assassinators enjoyed the video. And if so, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button and the subscribe and the post notification bell for more SNA content video. And also make sure to check out my Monday Night Football review video, even though it's going to be featuring one of the most horrible teams in the NFL, and which they're located in the most disgustingly horrible city in the United States, the opposite of Kansas City, I should say. Which I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but it's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And yeah, this is probably not going to be the best showdown of the NFL season, but it's going to be somewhat exciting because it's going to be exclusively on Disney Plus. And then for those that are that are aware, you already know. Like, but the ones that are unaware, I happen to also have a streaming subscription with Disney Plus, and I will be watching it from that service. And also, I'm gonna let you guys know who exactly won in that game. Like, well, I'll talk about on the what just went down. I hope that I won't be wearing orange tonight because that'll be a complete nightmare. But I will be getting that prepared just in case if they do win, like genuinely, like because both teams are struggling like more than usual. Like for some reason this season. Well, I'll say for a good reason, like for what's his name for Dallas Cowboys, like with Dak Prescott gonna be out for the rest of the season. They're gonna keep depending on Cooper Rush, which I think he's pretty decent. They just need more players that's actually going to be playing good. Even if they did have Dak Prescott, I think they'll barely would have gotten to the second place mark onto the NFC East. Yeah. But we're going to watch all of that, and then we're also going to be seeing what's going down on the Red Show, which I heard that's going to be Rhea Ripley taking on Raquel Rodriguez. We also have, what's her name? What's their names? Lyra Valkyria, Zelina Vega, and Ivy Nile going to be in the other match in the first round in the triple threat women's intercontinental championship tournament. And we're also going to be seeing the Wyatt Six finally going to be doing the showdown with the Final Testament and the Miz. Like, which I was like, this is way past overdue. Like, why they haven't done this like in the post-show Raw, like after Survivor Series at least? Well, I mean, at least they didn't mention this. I'll be like, what's the flubbing point? Why they're even like what's the flubbing point that why they're even featuring this in the one of Monday Night Raw's storylines? But that's probably this is probably the number one and probably only lackluster program that's been featured on the Red Show lately. But luckily, they're following through with things, and they're finally confirm a match with Karrion Kross challenging the Wyatt Six last Monday, and we're gonna see who's exactly gonna be winning on this match on this night. But we're just going to have to wait until later on in the evening for that. And I'm going to let you guys go right here because that's going to be all for today, Assassinators. And I hope that y'all are having a fun and safe afternoon. And I'll see you all in the next video with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin, out of here. Bye-bye, my Assassinators for now. And y'all take care. And I will see you guys again soon when we're talking about all